Stan Cranky, big up yourself. What go on, my brother?
I am here listening to your program.
Yeah.
Interesting conversation. And I normally agree with JT, but why sometimes JT says some things and you have to scratch your head and try if you decipher it. I'm agree with him wholeheartedly about the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he says about the coach, I agree with in terms of setup, structure, in-game management, team selection, the whole thing. It's ridiculous to play a 4-2-4. When nobody tell me about to play a 4-3-3, I'm play a 4-2-4. Nobody plays 4-2-4 in today's football except maybe for Inter. They used to have Martinez and Lukaku up front, and then they may change some other thing. Nobody plays 4-2-4. You flood the midfield. That's why people play inverted left and right back. You flood the midfield. That's the core of what you're doing. You want to make sure you control the game, right? He's forcing the team to play a long ball and play the ball long because you play too far up front and a big, strong forwards who play like the Titanic. That's what you got to do. And that's part of the problem we're facing. I'm not sure why people can't realize and see that. And I've not been impressed with the coach at all in his decision making. We know Latty's a defender. Latty's not a midfielder. None of our midfielders can dip their shoulder and turn, leave the defense behind and create space. None of them do that. DJ wasn't playing earlier in the coach's tenure. He just started playing the other day. He wasn't playing him, and he's his best midfielder by a good mile. And he's playing Latty continuously, and Latty's not a midfielder, and it's very obvious. Part of my frustration with him. But if you look at the game today and you assess the game, first of all, defensively, we started out decent, didn't play well. Pinnock made bad mistakes a couple of times, which cost us. We keep playing Javane Brown, don't ask me why. We isolate our defenders sometime, our wingers, we don't provide enough support because we only have two midfielders and our forwards are not coming back. We don't progress the ball. People talking about playing the ball through the lines to get up front. You got to have midfielders to do that. You can't do that with two midfielders. They get marked out easily. The forwards are all up front. And how's the ball going to get to them? Who's going to get the ball to them playing short pass if you're playing four of them up top? You got to go deep, which then means there's less probability of the ball reaching its destination. So I am very frustrated with the entirety of what transpired. I think putting on Stewart, putting on Phillips. I watched Phillips against Guatemala.
Oh, go on. You might mute. Frankie.
From the connection, man.
Sorry. No, I'm not mute. I'm actually driving to dinner, so excuse me.
Yeah.
I won't take long. Here's my problem. We got to do a better job in Jamaica of developing local players. Because when they get to the next level, it becomes a difficult chore for them to play at a certain height. There are levels to this game. So when we talk about Stewart, I watched Stewart at JPL, look brilliant. When you step up level and you haven't been coached really well and you haven't developed really well, it's hard to distinguish yourself. It's very, very difficult. There are levels to this game. And the levels are showing. None of our locally based players today are for a while now, except for our goalkeeper, are playing at a good height. Bailey's playing well for Aston Villa, but he has no respect for Jamaican football. So when he come play for us, he does what he wants to do, and he's been atrocious. And people say, Frank, you keep beating him, you're not fair. Well, look at the outcome, look at the results. Military go now.
The question,
JT,
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The question
everybody in the panel could score one of those goals today. Could score one of those goals today.
Who me?
Anyone, you could score those goals today. It's hard to miss. It's hard to miss some of those goals than to score the goal.
You may not think it's a disgrace if you kick off one goal, you know?
Cranky, this the video military on the internet to try to score a goal.
I can't have like me, I kick
Go now. You know the keeper made the first goal real easy for him to score?
Yeah, back post left open, wide open.
The keeper came off the line.
He never the line, he come off the line.
That's what I'm saying. He was on his line. He came off his line. The ball was on his strong foot. The goal was, all he did was lob it over his head. And he kicked the ball wide to the right. He kicked the second one wide to the right on his strong foot when he was in a 6-yard box. And all the balls coming in strong foot. The third one he missed on the corner was the same thing. They're hard to miss goals.
Yeah.
Against the USA, his follow-up corner, the penalty that he missed, was a wide open goal.
Yeah, true.
So my philosophy is that the player plays with a lot more comfort and doesn't think people talk he's playing. No, he's not playing under any pressure.
All right, so
Because when you play under pressure, you're gonna play careful. He's not playing careful. He's playing loose.
all right, so Cranky, look at this now, right? So we understand that there's levels, and the question I'm gonna ask you, Cranky, because you explain the levels and what you need to do, especially for the local developed players. My problem is this now, Cranky. Well, not necessarily my problem. My question to you is, I'm 100% sure that these players never pick themselves. Wrong or right? Good. And the coach must have seen something to say, you know what, you are the first man off the bench to go and replicate what I want you to do on the pitch. So if the coach deems these players have the quality to compete, are the players to be blamed saying that they are not good and this and that? Or the coach should take the sole responsibility of recruiting or putting our players out there? Or maybe the coach probably put them out to say, you see what me I work with? Maybe that's the case. But at this present moment, what I can say is, do you think that the coach is justifying himself by putting out these players that the Jamaican public think is not good enough?
So the coach is working on being fired. That's what he's doing. He's trying real hard to get himself fired.
Well, are you saying that rhetorically? Is that a joke?
I'm serious. Not being facetious. I'm not being facetious. Why would you play two midfielders? Why would you play a midfielder who can control the ball and make a pass? Why would you play two center forwards who are big, strong, not necessarily the quickest,
Very
to
similar.
get behind the defense, can't hold up the ball? Why would you do that? Why would you keep playing Javane Brown, who has failed over and over and over again? So you must be trying to get another job. You must be fed up with the JFF. They must be, why are you making the same mistakes over and over again? Because that doesn't make sense, Military Guna. It makes absolutely zero sense. And JT's right about certain things. His selection, he put Phillips on to do what? You need to go, what you put Phillips on to do? Phillips has shown that he has a lot of energy, but this is not track, this is football. He has not played well when he plays. I've watched him numerous times now. When he gets a chance, he tries hard, don't get me wrong. But I watched him against Guatemala, and you're right, Vinegar Guna, what JT doesn't seem to recognize. When you're at the game, it's different from watching on TV. It's totally different. You know why? Because the games look simple on TV. You're watching from a top-down view. You see all the space where the pass must be the game's too simple. So make a mistake, you're like, why did they make that mistake? You're not seeing a lot. You make your decision about what you want to watch in the game when you're at the game. You follow the camera when you watch it on TV. And when the camera takes you, it's a different look, right? So I don't disagree with you about what you saw or people which you saw versus what was on TV. And my last point is this, is that if the coach doesn't change, then he has to go.
Question now, this is a question I ask you. Since the coach's arrival, do you think that the team has improved since his arrival